And welcome back here. CRS 2024 continues day 3. Hard to believe. We're out. It's 2 hours left. I was just told by Brittany they're throwing us out at 12 o'clock today, too. But at least we've captured enough good stuff. Our thanks to Maggie Ball and, of course, Heartland getting back together. Big tour coming up with Jelly Roll starting very soon. Remember that song, I Loved Her First? And, of course, No Tomorrow is their single across all those digital platforms. We're here thanks to our sponsors for making it possible. And, of course, out there, hightidecountry.net and our friends at KKTC True Country 99.9. Time to stomp here on the Backstage Pass.
You got your stomping boots on?
You had to buy them, man. You got the Ariats on, so you stomped here. Ben Gallaher on the show. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here, too. Let's dive right into the deep end of the pool, man. The single, I love it. I think it's just up-tempo. It's just got everything. It's got the attitude. It's got your vocals. Everything's awesome. Tell us about it.
Man, Stomp is so unique because it was formed from my guitar riff that I came up with and put it on Instagram like any other video, and it took off.
Yeah.
Huge blessing, man. Hit 8 million views that first video. We're like, man, this may be something here. Like, we got all these people that are commenting, what's the song title? Well, there was no song title at the time. It was just a riff. Mm-hmm. So we're like, well, let's post it again. Second time, 7 million. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay. And by that time, we had already written the song and gone in and recorded. We were teasing it, you know. And we put it out, and I think on all platforms, that riff, that Stomp deal is at 30 million views, which has changed, it's changed a lot for me, dude. It's a huge blessing, and you never know. That's the power of music and social media, dude. It's like, you never know, a short piece of music can have that much of an impact. That's the beauty of it.
People love it. They flock to it. I mean, that's just like, it's just one of those things, Let's talk about, obviously, we're doing that Benefit Tonight show, Dog and Friends, late, great Toby Keith. I mean, what he meant to country music, and especially everybody grew up listening to that giant icon of the industry. What did he mean to you?
I mean, that's exactly what I grew up with.
Yeah.
I mean, and the beat cuts. I mean, you think of country music, I mean, you can't not think of Toby Keith.
Yeah.
And I'm a student of country music. And so, but the singles, but also the beat cuts, the full-length records, that vocal and his songwriting ability.
It's just amazing how they got. Should have been a cowboy. Everybody just knows that for like the first chords that hit radio, the first little beats that come on too. You just know that song.
Well, that's just it. I mean, it's the instant. You know it as soon as you hear it. And his vocal, right? As soon as you hear Toby sing, there's no mistaking that.
No. I think it's part of that 90s country that I love so much, too. We talked about him being synonymous with it, but George Strait and just so many pioneers of that, Waylon Willie and Keith Whitley, Conway Twitty, and the names go on. I wanted to ask you about that because I feel like, at least what I've seen and heard, maybe you just listen to things, Zach Top and Randall King and some of this 90s country comeback, whatever you want to call it, resurgence. I feel like these artists are being true to themselves. How important is authenticity in the business now, and is this 90s country kind of comeback a good thing for the industry?
I think 100%, and everything swings back and forth.
It does,
right? And it comes around in circles. But I mean, I think authenticity is everything. You can't chase what somebody else is doing. You got to do what you do.
Yeah.
And people can see through chasing what somebody else is doing is like, man, just be who you are. And that's what Toby was. Toby was who unapologetically. He stood up, music and everything else. He stood up for. And people, gravitated to that because he was himself and it was real.
Give me some challenges in this industry being an artist. It's called the music business for that reason, but challenges you guys face that maybe going through the trials and tribulations fans don't see.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough life on the road because you're away. If you're married, if you have kids, I mean, if you're single, you can rock on, right? It doesn't, but if you're married, and you have kids, you're going to miss things at home. And that's the same, not just with country music, but if you're a trucker, if you drive a truck, if you have any other job that pulls you away from your family, you have to work, right? But that doesn't mean it makes it easy when you miss, anniversaries and birthdays, trips that are planned, but then all of a sudden you got to go and play these shows because it's, that's your job. So, I mean, that's a big struggle, I think, for anybody that's traveling.
Yeah, it makes sense. I asked Brittany this question yesterday, too, and I still am unsolved on this one. But Hattie B's or this Prince's hot chicken sandwich, what's your favorite?
Neither. McDougal's.
You know what? That may have solved it, Brittany. That may have done it. McDougal's might have to be.
Hattie B's overrated.
So it made McDougal's. Okay, all right. So can I try all three? You know, we'll see. We'll see which one's the best.
Yeah.
They say Prince's hot chicken.
I've never had that. I've never had
that one.
Prince's,
Okay.
so I can't say.
Well, they say if you're going to go big or go home, get the hot and just eat it all the way. Just do it that way. Don't get a medium or mild. So it's just
That's too much for me.
It's too much. You just hope your stomach agrees with this Nashville hot chicken. Or they said just say hot chicken. Don't call it Nashville hot chicken. I guess. Hey, when not doing music, what are some of the things you like to do for fun?
I'm out in the outdoors hunting or fishing or trapping.
Yeah. Any deer this past season?
Yeah, I killed 2 doe with my bow. Filled the freezer. I passed a couple buck that weren't the right ones. But if I'm not playing music, I mean, I am in the outdoors doing one of those things. And that's how I grew up, and it's a big part of who I am.
Mm-hmm, no doubt, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, as far as toppings on pizza, and I got to ask you about this because I love it. When it comes down to it, I'm a carnivore all the way.
Yeah.
There's a place that said 312 is like a deep dish Chicago pizza here in town. Somebody told me about that. I may try it just through the weekend. But I got to ask you about pizza. What toppings go on a Ben Gallaher pizza?
Black olives. Oh, yeah.
Did not expect that.
Mushroom and cheese.
He's almost the supreme with minus a few toppings there.
That's right.
2 at the same time. All right, first time you stepped on a stage, what song came out over the microphone?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like it. I love it. At the Church Talent Show. Tim McGraw. What a song for that.
Hey, again, go get Stomp across all those streaming platforms. I appreciate you being with me.
Hey, thanks for hanging, man.
Got it, man. Ben Gallaher out there, too, as well. More to come here, too. Haven Madison coming up here in a little bit on a virtual interview we're going to do here live at CRS in Nashville, Tennessee, as it continues on here, hightidecountry.net and their friends at KKTC. True Country 99.9. Stay tuned.